Today's class will be discussing about IP security policies. In the previous class, we have discussed about IP security overview and we have discussed these all topics. So in today's class, we'll be discussing about IP security policies. In IP security policies, with some architecture, we'll be discussing about what is a security association database, security policy database, and IP traffic processing. So here one IP security architecture is there. So today's class will be discussing about IP security policies. So in IP security policies, with this architecture, we'll be discussing IP security architecture. So this IP security architecture here, three important terms we have to discuss. One is what is security association, what is security association database. You can see here SAD, security association database, and other term is security policy database. These three things we have to discuss in this IP security architecture, and remaining things, it is, one is internet key exchange. Means there are different types of key exchange. One is DPLMAN, RSA key exchange, ephemeral key exchange, like different key exchanges are there. So during encryption and decryption purpose, using these keys, we are authenticating our messages. So here IP security 3 means it is nothing but IP security version 3. So here version 3 we are using for authentication for data integrity and confidentiality. So first the term here we will be studying about security association. So this security association, it is uniquely identified by three parameters. One parameter is security parameter index, IP destination address, and security protocol identifier. So security parameter index means it is nothing but a 32-bit unsigned integer which is used to assign to this security association. So here what we are doing, we are taking some 32-bit unsigned integer, and using this 32-bit unsigned integer, we are assigning it to a security association and having local significance. IP destination address, so this is used to identify the end destination point. So source will be also giving some IP address, destination also will be having some IP address. So in order to identify the destination endpoint, so here we are providing IP destination address. So security protocol identifier, so this is used to identify the protocols, or this is used to identify the packets. So this field from the outer header indicates whether the association is an authentication header or encapsulating security payload security association. So these three are the parameters which comes in association with security association. Security association, it is totally identified by three parameters. One is security parameter index, IP destination index, and third one is security protocol identifier. So next, in this IP security architecture, we have studied what is security association. So next we will be discussing about security association database. So what is security association database? So how it is defined? So it is defined with these things. One is security parameter index, sequence number counter, sequence counter flow, overflow, anti-replay window, authentication header information, encapsulating security payload information, lifetime of the security association, IP security protocol mode, and path MTU. So security association database, it consisting of these all things. First one you can see here, it is nothing but what? Security parameter index. So what is the security parameter index? It is a 32-bit value which is selected by the receiving end. So it is a 32-bit which is selected by the receiving end or destination side. So next one is a sequence number counter. So it is a 32-bit value used to generate the sequence number. So it is also a 32-bit value which is used to generate the sequence number. Sequence counter overflow, as name itself it tells, it is a flag indicates overflow of the sequence number. So it tells about the overflow of the sequence number. So next is anti-replay window. Anti-replay window means it is used to determine whether an inbound authentication header or encapsulating security payload packet. So here anti-replay means nothing but what? We are making some copy of authentication data. So some authentication data we are making on copy. So such making of copy of authentication data, we are seeing it as anti-replay. So anti-replay means it is used to determine whether an inbound authentication header or encapsulating security payload packet is a replay. So next one is authentication header information. So it is having it have related parameters being used with authentication header. So with authentication header, what are the related parameters like algorithms, keys, key lifetime, and related parameters? So these parameters will be having information in authentication header. ESP information. So it is having related parameters which is being used with ESP implementations like algorithms, keys, initialization values, key lifetime. So these are the things which is having in the ESP information. Lifetime of this security association. So it consists of time interval or byte count after which an security association must be replaced with a new security association. See, for everything there will be some lifetime. So here what will happen? Some security association, if it becomes old, means so such old versions will be replaced with a new security association. That is the meaning of lifetime of this security association. Next is IP security protocol mode. So it tells about tunnel mode, transport mode, or wildcard. So tunnel mode means it provides security for the entire packet. Transport mode means it provides security to the upper layer protocols. Wildcard means wildcard entry in between entries. So that we are saying it as wildcard. So path MTU. MTU means nothing but what? Maximum transmission unit. So here, any observed path where maximum transmission is there, any observed path where maximum transmission is there, that we are saying it as path MTU, that is path maximum transmission unit. So next in this IP security architecture, we'll be discussing about security policy database. So this security policy data means it is defined by a set of IP and upper layer protocol fields. So set of IP, set of IP, that is Internet Protocol and upper layer protocol. So fields values, we are calling it as selectors. So the selectors can determine SPDT entry. So what is this selectors SPDT entry consisting of? It consisting of a remote IP address, local IP address, next layer protocols, name, local and remote ports. So remote IP address means it is required to support more than one source system. So it is related to see, when you want to send a packet from source to destination, okay, so it will be maintained with some IP address. So here remote IP address means it is related to the source side. So it is required to support more than one source system. So that is nothing but what? Remote IP address. Local IP address means nothing but what? It relates so here remote IP address means nothing but it is required to support more than one destination system. So a remote IP address means it is related to destination system. Local IP address means it is related to source system. So it is this remote IP address means it will tell it is required to support more than one destination system, and this a local IP address it is required to support more than one source system. So next layer protocol means it immediately indicates next layer protocols. What are the next layer protocols? No, it indicates the next layer protocol. Names means, as you know, it is used to identify the things. So here name will identifies the identifies a user identifies from an operating system. So local and remote ports. Local and remote ports means it may be individual TCP or UDP port values. TCP means nothing but transmission control protocol. UDP means user datagram protocol. TCP means nothing but what? It is a wired connection. UDP means it is nothing but a wireless connection. So these individuals, so it may be individual TCP or UDP port values. So those are called as local and remote ports. So these three things, one is security association, security association database, and security policy database. So these three things we have to explain with respect to that IP security architecture diagram. So next topic we'll be discussing about IP traffic processing. So IP traffic processing. So you can see next topic is IP traffic processing. IP security is executed. So here IP security is executed packet by packet basis. So here, outbound IP packet is processed by the IP security logic before transmission. So here, two things we'll be discussing. One is outbound packets, and another is inbound packets. Outbound packets means it is related to transmission side. Inbound packet means it is related to receiver side. So here you can see the diagram for outbound packets. So this is the diagram for outbound packet. It means transmission part. So here you can see we are taking the packet. So that packet is going to security policy database, and here in security policy database, here we are checking the policies. If the policy is matched, then we are sending to the next blocks. So here we are determining the policy. If here policy is not matched, then that packet is discarded. If the policy is matched, then which kind of policy it will be determined. If policy is determined, then directly it is bypassed and it is transmitted. If I want to protect this policy, then what I am doing, I am finding the security association database. Then I am providing some internet key exchange for security purposes. Then that key is sent to the process. Then from process to process, authentication header is added, and then finally that packet is transmitted. So here the steps are explained. See, first step, IP security searches the SPD for a matched to this packet. So what it will do, IP security searches. First step is what? IP security, it searches the policy database. Second step, if no match is found, then the packet is discarded and an error is generated. You can see in the diagram, if the no match is found, then the packet is said to be error has been found, and that such packet are discarded. Third one, if a match is found, further processing is determined by the first matching entry in the SPD. If the policy for this packet is discarded, then the packet is discarded. If the policy is bypassed, then there is no further IP security processing. The packet is forwarded to the network for transmission. So here in diagram you have seen. So if a policy is not matched, then it is discarded. If the policy is matched, then here the policy is determined, and then it is bypassed, and finally it is transmitted to the destination side. If the policy is to protect, so if I want to protect that policy, then a search is made of the SCD. SCD means Security Association Database for a matching entry. If no entry is found, then IK is invoked to create an security association with the appropriate keys from an entry is made in the security association. So here you can see. So here, if it is no match is found, it is discarded. If match is found, the policy is determined, then directly it is bypassed and it is transmitted. If you want to protect that policy, then we are searching SAD, that is Security Association Database. So if no match is found, then what we are doing, we are invoking the IKE, that is Internet Key Exchange, and from Internet Key Exchange, keys are handed over to the Security Association Database. Then the matching entry in the SAD determines the processing for this packet. Either encryption and authentication or both can be performed, and either transmission or tunnel mode can be used. The packet is then forwarded to the network for transmission. So finally, uh, when the internet key exchange is on, so keys are given to the packets, then it is given to the then we are considering it as match is found, then we are processing, and then we are forwarding it to the destination side. So this is the processing model for outbound packets. Next is inbound packets. You can see in inbound packets. Inbound packets means nothing but a receiver side. So here you can see packet is received, then that packet is given to security policy database. Then it is bypassed, and packet is delivered. If in a security posted database, if it is not, if some error occurs, then such packets are discarded. And if match is found, if policy is found, then it is transmitted and packet is delivered. If some security has to be provided, then it is going to search a security association for, database. If no match is found, it is discarded. If match is found, it is processed and given, and that packet is delivered to the higher layer. So here they have explained. We can see first step, IP security determines whether this is an unsecured IP packet or one that has encapsulating security payload. So here packet is we are receiving, then here packet type we are testing whether it is secured or unsecured, we are checking. So if it is unsecured, so it is transmitted this way. If it is secured, it is transmitted at the right side. So it determines IP packet or one that has been encapsulating security payload or edge headers or trailers by examining the IP protocol field or nest header field. Second point, if the packet is unsecured, so if the packet is unsecured, so here we are checking the packet. If it is unsecured, so this side. So IP security searches the security policy database. So here it will check as searches the security policy database for a match to this packet. If the first matching entry has a policy of bypass, the IP header is processed and stripped off and the packet body is delivered to the next higher layer, such as TCP. If the first matching entry has a policy of protect or discard, or if there is no matching entry, then the packet is discarded. So here we are receiving the packet, then we are checking whether the packet is secured or not. If it is secured, it is transmitted right side. If it is not secured, it is transmitted to the left side. So when it's transmitted to left side, here security policy database is checked. So if it is bypass, means it is directly delivered, packet is delivered. If it is uh, not authenticated one, then that packet is discarded. Then third point, for a secured packet, IP security searches the SCD. If no match is found, the packet is discarded. Otherwise, IP security applies the appropriate encapsulating security payload or edge processing. Then the IP header is processed and stripped off the packet, and body is delivered to the next higher layer, such as TCP. So third point, it tells about the right portion. So here, if it is secured IP packet means, then it is given to the security association database. So where security will be checked, and if it is matched means, then it is given, it is processed and delivered. If it is not matched means, that packet will be discarded. So if it is matched means, it is processed and delivered to the higher layer packet. So that is TCP UDP. So this is about IP traffic processing. So today's class we have discussed about, so today's class we have discussed about IP security policies. In IP security policies, we have discussed about IP security architecture. So that IP security architecture diagram, it is explained with these 3 points. One is security association database, security policy database. So next topic we discussed is IP traffic processing. So IP traffic processing means, that is nothing but what? Transmitting the packets. Transmitting the packets means outbound packet, inbound packet. Outbound packet means related to transmissions side. Inbound packet means related to receiver side. So in today's class we have discussed about IP security policies. These topics we have discussed. So in next class we will be discussing about encapsulating security payload.